I welcome you to this video, which will help students hopefully with the second part, part 2 of the chapter 2 assignment. This one will primarily involve the SkyDrive that is built into your CCC email account. The directions are right here from your sheet that is in Blackboard, one of the downloads. You'll go into your email at live.com and log in as you did hopefully with project part 1 already, and you're going to create a brief document of your choice, doesn't matter how long it is, under the word web app, not Microsoft Word. Upload a couple of pictures or screen captures to your SkyDrive, create a folder to put them in, and then share the folder with me. And I'll ask you to create a screen capture that shows the evidence of your work, just in case the sharing for some reason didn't work properly. So with this in mind, I have already gone into live.com. Now my faculty account doesn't work with this very well, but my mentee from my TRIO program gave me permission to use his account, so you'll see something a little different up here, and this is his account, which I'll use for right now. If I go up here to the 4 menu items, there's one that says mail, and that of course involves the inbox and the calendar and contacts that we did in the other chapter. MSN, Microsoft Network, will actually go in. You can do movies and games and sports and weather stuff associated. I accidentally clicked it, sorry. Associated with the Microsoft account. Photos, where you can actually share your albums and stuff, and then Office, which I want you to go into. Now when you do a new Word document, as I've asked you to do right now, you just click on New Word Document. This will take you automatically to your SkyDrive. Excuse me for my headphone adjustment. And ironically enough, it will ask you to do a new Microsoft Word document. Now apparently this fella has some stuff already on his computer, and that's perfectly okay, so I'll just erase this after the presentation. But notice that it asked me to give it a name before I even start it, so it's backwards where we usually compose it and then save it. Here we're going to save it first. Notice that it has the docx extension, which is perfectly okay, and I'm going to name this as I'll just call it Chap 2, like this, just to be a little different. You can do it any way you like. Click Create, and what will happen, it will open up the Word web app, not Microsoft Word. It's a much tinier version, just like an app on a cell phone or a tablet computer. And you'll have a little document right here, and of course you've got the usual file menu, file tab, and the home tab, and it has a little bit of a Windows 8 appearance to it, and that's why these blocks are there. They call this the Metro look. And I have a lot of the similarities. It's not quite as powerful, of course, as the full-blown Microsoft Word, but the web app serves a purpose, and you don't have to do anything special. I'm making my font a little larger just for the sake of this video primarily. You can do anything you like, and I'm just going to say this is my document, spell it correctly, for the Chapter 2 assignment for Michael Sisk. You can do anything you want to, and if you like typing it exactly as I did, that's fine. You don't have to do anything fancy with this, because I already know that you know how to bold and you know how to change the color of the text and all that. I'm not worried about that. I'm just playing as I go through the video for right now. Now again, note that the document name was already titled Chap 2 in my case, so all I have to do now is go to the File menu, and I can just exit this because it's already taken care of. And at least I thought it was. I'll go ahead and save it. I thought that would take care of it. Maybe because I'm exiting the document, I probably should have saved it. I apologize. I was wrong. I guess you do need to save it. So I'll do the save routine there. Now it may go back to my mail, and if it does, that's perfectly okay. This seems to be a bit sluggish right now. It did save it. Now I've got some options that came up right here, and you'll notice right here I've got something called Chap 2 in this top section, the second one. Now I've got a menu right here for my SkyDrive, and if I were to click the SkyDrive right now, I have the option of looking at documents. There are 8 documents listed here. There are some pictures. There's a public area right here, and I could actually create a folder right here if I wanted to by clicking Create and create a folder. You're going to have to do that eventually, and I think the name of the folder that I've been asked to create is called Chapter 2 Assignment. So it would have given me the name right there, but if I right click it and choose rename, I can call this Chapter 2 Assignments, and I made a folder right there. So that takes care of that one. I can go in now. Let's say I want to upload some pictures on here. I'll just click upload, and I'll go to my computer desktop, and I'll see if I can find some kind of pictures up here or some screen captures. I don't care really personally what they happen to be. I'll choose the one where it's an organist picture that someone made for my 22nd anniversary as organist at my church, First Baptist Kings Mountain. So there's one right there that I'll open. That will upload it to the SkyDrive. And while that's going on, I'll click upload again and get a second item. And it seems like I've got a QR code that I will be doing later on in the semester for my email address. If you don't know what a QR code is, you can upload that way. So there's my QR code. So right now in this setup, I've got the documents. I thought I could open this. Apparently I can't do it, but I've got the QR code, I've got my picture, and I'm just going to go ahead. I can copy these, or I can just drag them into the folder. You can do move to or copy to, and it's perfectly okay. I'm going to copy this to the chapter 2 assignment folder. I could also just drag it in there if I wanted to do that. Totally up to you. And you'll notice that in my case, since I copied one in there earlier, that the QR code's there, but I'm just going to let go of that. And hopefully, yes, there are 2 documents, and I think when you actually hover over it, you'll see maybe a little tour of what's already in there. For those of you online who haven't seen my face, there's my face. And you can actually open this folder and look at those 2 documents. And there's my QR code. If you scan that, you would get my CCC email address, and if you click on that, you'll get a large picture of Michael Sis, the organist at First Baptist, and there I am. Hello. And I'd like to also put my document there too. So I'm going to go to my SkyDrive, and I open up the documents, and I'm going to right click on my chapter 2 document right here, and I'm going, again, you can move or you can copy. I'll just copy it to the folder that I created and click copy right there, and it has done the task. So again, you can use these menus. You can create a new folder, a new document of some kind, PowerPoint. You can open something, you can download something to your computer. You can actually do some sharing here also. I'm going to go back, and notice as I hover over these, there are little boxes, little white boxes that appear in the upper right hand corner, and I can click these to select these if I wanted to. And I'll just deselect them for right now. You can also sort these in a different way. If you don't like this Metro box look, you can also click over here on the far right below the Belcher email address in this case, and do more of a list view and select them that way. I can click on the SkyDrive and actually go back to the root, and again, here's the list view, and here is the Metro view right here. Either way is fine. I'm going to recall these directions real quickly for you. I used the word web app to create a brief document. I uploaded 2 pictures. I created a folder. I moved the pictures in the document to the folder. Now I want you to share the folder with me through my email address. So to do that, I would go in back into the SkyDrive mode. And again, depending on whether you want to use list view or whether you want to click this little box in the corner, I can click that, and I can then click the button or the option at the top that says sharing, and it says send a link to chapter 2 assignment in email, and I'll send it to syscam@clevelandcc.edu. And if I wanted the people receiving this to edit that, they could. If not, I can take that checkbox off. I just assume you just take that checkbox off so that I cannot edit it. You may have a situation where you can edit. Maybe several people are working on one project as a team, and they can work away from each other. They don't have to be physically face-to-face looking at each other in a group. They can do this electronically and be able to edit the document from all areas, because this is what we call cloud storage, internet, where all the data is, and I'm going to take that off. And I'll click the word share. In fact, I could put another address on here. I would suggest maybe that you put an email to yourself. So if I were doing this Belcher address right here, I would put that in there, but put a copy where you'll share this with yourself as well, just to get a copy of it. And click the word share. It shares the chapter 2 assignment, and we're done right here. And I'll just click the word done. If you want to be safe, and I've suggested that you do so, I would use that screen capture and make a capture of this screen so you'll have it, and that way there's some evidence that you've got the document in here for me. And go ahead and save this. And what I would do once I save this, I'm going to call it proof of SkyDrive assignment. You can call it anything you want to. SkyDrive Chapter 2 assignment, and I'll have that there. So, and then I would take that particular screen capture and submit it into Blackboard just as proof. What I'm going to do right now is to log out. Well, I don't have to log out of this email. I'll leave it there for right now. I'll actually go in on another internet site, and I'll actually go into my personal instructor Blackboard account just to see if the sharing situation works. So I'm going to go, and again, you can't do it this way because I've got a special account set up by the college, but I have to log into my teacher email this way. And if I go in, there is the mail from his folder that says that I've shared it with. So I'm going to click on Chapter 2 assignment right there. Apparently that's it. Anyway, there's my folder and email capture that I had earlier in the first assignment. And here's this one. I'm going to go in and click the Chapter 2 assignment. As long as you got the sharing technique there. Now this one only shared the photos. I could share other stuff too. If you get something shared with me, that's the main thing I'm wanting you to be aware of. Again, just as a reminder, at the very end of this big instruction document is a checkoff list for Part 2. The SkyDrive contains a brief document created in the Word web app. I didn't see that there, but again, if I get something general, I'm not going to be super picky about that with you folks. The SkyDrive contains 2 uploaded pictures. It contains a folder called Chapter 2 Assignment. It contains the information I needed. You shared it with the instructor through email, and just in case something crazy happened, I've got a screen capture of the SkyDrive work that's been sent to Blackboard. Hopefully this helps you out in understanding Part 2 of this Chapter 2 assignment, and if you have any additional questions, please contact me.